suddenly weary limbs, he clambered in behind the wheel and began to drive. He needed a healer. If the one called Khalib was still on this world, Bane had to find him. It was his only chance. He headed for the nearest battleground, a barren plain several kilometers away where the remains of those who'd fought and died still lay strewn about the ground. The rough rumble of the landcrawler's treads jarred him with each turn, and he gritted his teeth against the agonizing pain. As he drove, his world became a waking nightmare of darkness and shadow, all tinged with red. He was barely even conscious of where he was going, letting the Force guide him, even as he tried to use it to keep his body from succumbing to the effects of Githany's poison. The fear of death wrapped itself around him, smothering his thoughts. His will began to falter. It would be so easy to just surrender now and let it all end. Just let it all slip away and be at peace. Snarling, he shook his head, dragging his thoughts back from the brink by repeating the first line of the Sith mantra over and over. Peace is a lie. He reached back into his training as a soldier, taking his fear and transforming it into anger to give him strength. I am Darth Bane, Dark Lord of the Sith. I will survive at any cost. Far ahead, at the very limits of his rapidly fading vision, he saw another vehicle moving slowly across the other side of the battlefield. Settlers, scavengers, picking through the remains. He pointed the nose of his landcrawler at them, groaning with the effort required to simply turn the wheel. Reaching out with the Force, he tried to touch the spirits of those who'd fallen at this site. Only a few months earlier, scores of beings had died here. He tried to drink in what remained of their tortured ends, hoping the agony of their final moments would bolster his own flagging power. But it wasn't enough. Their suffering was too distant, the echo of their screams too faint. Glancing up, he noticed that his vehicle had begun to veer off course, listing hard to one side as his grip on the wheel weakened. His arms were numb and tingling. They'd become almost completely unresponsive. He could feel his heart laboring with every beat. The front tread struck a large rock, and the landcrawler suddenly turned over, dumping Bane out onto hard dirt and jagged stone. He tried to look up again to locate the people he'd seen in the distance, but the effort to raise his head was too much. Exhausted, his world went black. The heavy whoomp, whoomp, whoomp of a landcrawler's tread stirred him back to consciousness. The other vehicle was here. He doubted they would even see him. His body had fallen behind his tipped-over crawler, and they'd approached him from the other side. Even if they did, there was nothing they could do to save him now. Yet, there was something he could do to save himself. The engines cut out, and he heard the sound of voices. Children's voices. 3 young boys scampered down from the back of the landcrawler and began to hunt eagerly through the wreckage. "Mickey!" came the voice of their father, calling after one of his sons. "Don't go too far!" "Look!" one of the boys shouted. "Look what I found!" The weak must serve the strong. That is the way of the dark side. "Wow! Is it real? Can I touch it? Let me see, Mickey, let me see." "Settle down, boys," the father said wearily. "Let's take a look." Bane listened to the crunching of his boots across the small stones as he approached. I am strong. They are weak. They are nothing. "It's a lightsaber, Father. But there's something weird about the handle. See? It's got a strange hook in it." He felt the sudden fear that gripped the father's chest like a vice. Survive at any cost. "Throw it away, Mickey, now!" Too late. The lightsaber sprang to life in the boy's hand, spinning in the air and striking him dead on the spot. The father screamed. His brothers tried to run. The blade leapt after the eldest, cutting him down from behind. Bane, drawing strength from the horror of their deaths, rose to his feet, coming into view like an apparition disgorged from the bowels of the planet. "No!" the father howled, desperately clutching his youngest son to his chest. "Spare this one, my lord," he begged, tears streaming down his face. "He's the youngest. The last one I have! Those weak enough to beg for mercy do not deserve it. Still too weak to even raise his arms, Bane reached out once more with the Force, bringing the lightsaber up to hover over his helpless victims. He waited, letting their horror mount, then plunged the burning blade into the young boy's heart. The father clutched the corpse to his breast, his tortured laments echoing across the empty battlefield. Why? Why did you have to kill them? Bane feasted on his anguish, gorging himself, feeling the dark side growing stronger in him. The symptoms of the poison receded enough so that he could raise his arm without the muscles trembling. The lightsaber sprang to his hand. The father cowered before him. Why did you make me watch? Why did you? One quick swipe of the lightsaber cut him off, sending the father to the same tragic fate as his sons.